Hi everyone, and welcome to the welcome to the data platform quiz. So, I'm so glad to have you guys here today. I've been so excited about the launch of this data platform quiz. I just quickly checked that we had 20 people watching already from the first second of the quiz, which is really good because that means we beat the Power BI quiz from last Monday by at least 2%. Great up, sound problems here. Everything seems to be good now. So, it's the first time doing this data platform quiz, and it's probably the first time for a lot of you guys out there as well. So let's go over some of the basics before we introduce and welcome our special guest of the day. So, the quiz is hosted on Kahoot. So there are two ways for you guys to actually participate. You can either do it through the mobile app. So if you go to your regular phone provider thingy, you can download the Kahoot mobile app, or you can go to any browser on your phone or on your laptop and go to kahoot.it, and you'll be able to play as well from there. Of course, the user experience is going to be a little more sleek from the actual native app, but either way should work. So I'm saying this is the first thing, so you have time to download the app if you want to. And once we move on to do the actual quiz, after inviting the special guest, you will get a game pin from the screen here, where you'll be able to enter your email and your nickname. You should know that we don't use the email for anything. You won't get any emails or spam. It's basically only being used for reaching out to the winner and actually being able to send them the prize afterwards. Furthermore, it's being used to check and keep like a score of how many guys are doing consecutive runs, and if you are like an all-time winner or stuff like that. So you'll be able to choose different nicknames from time to time. And well, you guys are data guys. The email is the primary key. So when we are starting the quiz, we will be quizzing in real time. So we're all doing this at the same time together. No way that anyone can be cheating or anything. And the quiz is designed in this way that the faster you answer, the more points you will get. So it's both about being right, but it's also about being quick. But if you're wrong, you get 0 points. So don't be too fast, don't be too quick. There are different kinds of questions. We'll go through the two most common ones, single select and multi-answer questions. In a short tutorial, it'll take 1 minute or so. But for multi-answer, you should know if you even get one option wrong, that's 0 points for the whole thing. So also, again, be careful, don't be too quick. So we've talked about there would be prizes today, and there is. So the winner takes it all. The winner gets a $100 Lego gift certificate. So you could get any of these items here on the screen. Well, not all of them, but any one of them at least. But that was the introduction. So let's welcome our special guest of the day, Andy Cutler, who is here to talk about Lakehouse with serverless SQL pools. Welcome, Andy.
Hey, Matthias, how are you doing?
I'm good. I've looked so much forward to this. How are you?
Yeah. So I'm very well, thank you. So I assume because I've provided the questions, I can't actually participate in the quiz and win the Lego.
So the thing, that is right. But the thing you haven't considered is the one who has the most to lose here. That's you. Because if even one of these questions are wrong, you'll have 20 plus people.
Hey,
yeah.
I could talk in front of dozens of people at various conferences. If I get these data platform questions wrong, then it's all over. But no, seriously, I know this is the first one, and you just did the Power BI one. So thanks for inviting me on for the first one. I haven't done one of these quizzes before.
Mm-hmm.
I've done a couple of the Power BI quizzes, but I just thought it's a bit of fun, right?
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be, and it's something that I personally really loved from the Power BI quiz, is that it could be this nice, comfy thing that didn't feel like work or didn't feel like extracurricular work activities. It was just fun, and yeah, that's what it's
I'll move
supposed
the
to be.
microphone a little closer. I think Anthony was saying that my sound is very soft, so I'll move the microphone a little closer.
Okay, I won't correct it as well then. Great. So we've picked together the topic. I know it's a topic the both of us love. So can you share a bit of a few words on why this is a great topic?
Why is it a great topic? Well, I mean, various factors. I mean, number one, we're sort of in that hype cycle, right? Everyone's hearing about the lake house. Everyone's hearing about all the benefits. You've got, companies like Microsoft, you've got companies like Databricks, and they're like, lake house, lake house, lake house. Get rid of your data warehouse, you need a lake house. So, we're very much in the kind of hype area at the moment where everyone is kind of discovering it. People are getting benefit from it, but other people are coming to it thinking, well, what am I doing? I'm moving from relational databases. I'm moving from cloud data platform systems into this concept of the lake house. What is it? So we're kind of at that peak interest point where we're teetering on the brink of hype or usefulness. And of course, lots of people are bringing sessions,
Mm-hmm.
around the lake house. So yeah, it's just a really interesting topic at the moment that I think a lot of people want to drill into and ultimately find out, well, the technology behind it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Microsoft have some of that technology in there, what the process is, what the benefits are. Yeah, so I just think it's quite an interesting area of technology, and especially a data platform area at the moment.
Yep, definitely. So let's softly start up the quiz. Let's first for any newcomers, and that's probably everyone since it's brand new. Let's quickly do a short demo of how the quiz interface can look like. So this is something close to the screen that you will see when you actually enter the quiz. Here we had an example question from last Monday, and we'll move on to another one. So the first type of question here is the multi-select. That means a question where you can select more than one correct answer, and it's a question where you'll get more points the more correct answers you pick. So I could take, for this question, option A and option B here, and maybe I was a little bit overconfident and thought, well, the yellow one here, that's probably also true. And when I click submit, there will be some waiting time because other people haven't answered yet. But once everyone answered, I'll be able to see if I got them right or wrong. At the same time as this happening, there's a timer, very stressful, very, very tickery. The lower that number gets, the less points you're actually getting for the answer. So again, it's about being quick, but also about being right. So in this case, 2 of these options were right. So I get 0 points for just picking that one extra wrong option. So yeah, so shooting broadly is not the best strategy for these multi-select. So the other kind and the most common one, yeah, after each question, points are being tallied, and we will see who can then become the grand winner. So for a single select question, it's the same thing, except there's no submit button. So you can click really fast on some question and get a lot of points for doing that. But again, you need to be the one outweighing. Do you need to go quick or do you go precise? Because you probably cannot, or I mean, if you can do both, be my guest. So that was the introduction. I hope everyone is pretty settled in and ready with their apps. And I can see we already have a lot of viewers here. We totally beating the quiz in numbers online. So I'm just here hoping that. Oh yeah, people asking how you get into the quiz. That will happen right now because I will go to the actual quiz page here. You will see the game pin. So just go to your Kahoot page and or your Kahoot app, or either Kahoot.it or the Kahoot app. And the first thing it will do is ask you for this game pin. So if you enter in this game pin, you will be able to join. And we have the first attendee, first contestant, Donald Parrish. Donald, you attended it last Monday too, didn't you? Well, that's good for you. Double chances for points and for prizes. So people can pick nicknames here, Andy. Are there any familiar names in between? I definitely recognize Anthony C here.
Well, yes, I recognise Anthony. I recognise Alejandro. Sorry, and there's oh well, we've got Pavel.
Pavel.
We've got Pavel from the Synapse team. He always causes trouble. Always causes trouble. So it's a bit of fun tonight, Pavel.
It's not. Yeah, not.
Hey, and Just is
yeah.
Here. Hello,
Hi,
Just.
So Just is the one who actually handed down the Power BI quiz to me. I was very, very honored for him to do so, and very happy.
Yes.
And that is, of course, there's a Power Quiz sign here.
And of course, with great power comes great responsibility.
Exactly, yeah.
You know that, right?
We'll just do this. So yeah, Just offered me to take over the reins for the Power BI quiz, and I quickly saw an opportunity and a need for also, of course, a data platform quiz, because not every data platform people uses Power BI, and I definitely missed out quizzes like with the focus on, for example, serverless SQL or Synapse or something like it. Yeah. So we're talking, but it's also because I want to give the last few people a chance to enter and join. So please, if anyone is having trouble joining, give a quick message in the chat, and we will hold up for a minute or two more. Oh, Just is not able to participate. Hi, Just. Too bad.
I'm just wondering why Just is not able to participate. That's the question.
Yeah, you can participate for maybe one or two questions if you like. So we have 12 contestants. I think that's pretty good, and I don't see any new ones joining. We have 18 viewers, so maybe there's a few who just want to watch and don't necessarily want to join. I also haven't seen. Oh yes, I can scroll down, of course. Yeah.
So I'll just drop it into the chat once more. So Kahoot.
Andreas, maybe you're the doc here, starting with AM. So 14, so people are actually still joining. Great. So while we give the last few people one more minute, are there anything exciting going on that in the next period for you? I mean, I think we're all looking forward to SQL bits in a few weeks, but
I think so for myself, I'm quite excited because the Oxford Microsoft Data Platform Group is starting up again next week.
Nice.
Which is nice. Yeah. So I'm going to be over there on the Wednesday in person. So I'm excited about actually an in-person user group because, well, one, we're just getting going again with in-person events and user groups. I think people, are starting to appreciate the in-person again because there was that kind of funny period where you could go in person, but people were like, "Oh, but I'm so comfortable. I can just sit at home." And
hesitant.
So Nyan from Microsoft is starting it up again, and actually, so I'm there talking about the essential features of Power BI and Synapse. So all that marketing that Microsoft say about how great Power BI and Synapse is together, yeah, I go into the features and we find out whether, you know, are they actually useful. But actually there's Robert Minchin, who is the co-organizer of the Oxford Microsoft Data Platform Group. Richard's talking about one of the tools at the moment that I am absolutely loving, the ALM toolkit.
Oh yeah, nice.
Honestly, like I have to say, of all the things recently, blown me away. I haven't really ever needed to use it, but now I'm having to do a lot of different merges with some tabular models. I have to say, I find it brilliant. I think it's Christian Wade that created it, and it's absolutely amazing. But that Oxford Data Platform user group, it's hybrid. So obviously, you know, we want as many people there in person as possible for the interaction, but Felicity is going to provide a link.
Yeah. Sorry? Yeah, for bits. Yeah, so I just want to mention here, Andy, for you and for the viewers, that I have recognized that Andy's webcam suddenly went blank, and it's not on your end, Andy. And it's actually, I did not scale Andy, it just happened by itself during his speak. So I'm just trying to fix that. So sorry if I'm a bit distracted, Andy. We should be ready to go in just a second. Yeah, we can hear you fine. So that is fine, yeah. And we should be able to. Now everything is going wrong here. We will have to live without Andy's webcam. That is too bad, but let's get started with the quiz. See if there's something we can do in the meantime. So, the quiz is about lakehouses and SQL serverless pools. And Andy, I'm going to read aloud the question. So first of all, it's a free question, doesn't count for any point. It is the question of what is today's quiz? And again, doesn't award any points.
Anyone in the feed hear me?
Yeah, they can hear you now. You were disabled for a bit. They can hear you now, Andy.
Yeah, okay, but it's just basically my webcam just doesn't isn't being picked up. Not to worry.
No. So we had everyone getting the right answer for the question of today's topic. So. Are you able, Andy, even though we cannot see you, are you able to see us and the quiz?
I can see you, I can see the quiz, I can see the questions. So, no, that's fine. You just won't be able to see me. I think that's fine. That's absolutely fine.
Yeah, I think we'll have to live with that. Just let me give it one last shot if I can actually include you in some other way here, and it does not seem like I can.
I think it must be OBS playing tricks on us.
Yeah, too bad. So let's move on with the quiz. Sorry guys, we are continuing without Andy's pictures, but you'll get his voice nonetheless. So I'll read aloud the questions here. So, how do you enable Data Lake Gen 2 on Azure Storage? Is it by clicking the button labeled Enable Data Lake Gen 2? Or is it that you can't? You need to find a service called Data Lake Gen 2? Or do you need to click the checkbox, enable hierarchical namespace? Or don't you just need to? It just works. Those are your options. Choose wisely.
Okay. So this is the data lake option in Azure Storage. Right. And of course, this is, one of the components that is absolutely key to Lakehouse as well.
Yeah. If you don't do this,
If
you'll
you've
have
not
a
got this,
very awkward
well,
lake house.
you haven't got a lake house because there's no lake.
Yep. And 11 people got it correct. 6 assumed it just worked, which I think is a fair assumption.
I wish it did.
Yeah, it would have been awesome if that was the case. So let's see the score, because again, speed matters here. We have a guy called Makivan, and sorry about every pronunciation for the next couple of minutes. And then we have CGI at second and Lukash as third place. And Amrite and Amadeo as the runner-ups. So let's try to move on to question number 2.
Okay.
So this is the question. What is the serverless SQL pools engine called?
Oh.
Yeah. Is it Cassiopeia? Is it Polaris? Is it Andromeda? Or is it Cygnus? These are all star constellations, aren't they?
So many stars to choose from.
So many stars to choose from, yeah.
And I think it is part of the Microsoft naming policy is to randomize some, different planets. As a complete aside, and slightly relevant, is that when Sega used to name all of their consoles, whether it was in development, they used to name them by planets.
Oh, they did?
They did. So we had the Sega Saturn.
Yeah.
We almost had a console called the Sega Neptune, but we didn't have that. Here we go.
This was divisive. Not everyone knew this answer, but it's also very specific. I mean, do you ever in your daily work need to know the name of the engine?
No. And neither do you need to read the Polaris white paper. It is an interesting white paper, and I've read it probably about 10 times, and I don't quite understand it.
well, but it seems to be, it seems to be that there's a lot of clever thoughts involved in creating it. So I assume that's why it's hard to grasp. So let's see how this changes the scores. So we have Makiwan with a streak of 3 correct answers. Got the first one for free, but
on fire.
On fire. Followed up by Lukash, Mo, Anne, and Sanjay. Yeah. What do you say? Let's just move on to question number 3 and see what you have in the back for us. So, what file format is Delta Lake based on? This one I'm really curious about. Is it Parquet, delimited files, XLSX, or XML? Whoa!
Yeah,
17 people answered within
This
seconds.
This is the back end of the Delta Lake.
I'm relieved you didn't include JSON as one of the options, because that would have been like, is it part of it or is it?
Is it JSON? You never know.
Yeah. But everyone got it right, so it didn't change much. People are equally fast.
Oh, but I tell you what, Lukash is catching up though.
Yeah.
Only a few points in it.
I mean, we have, if you look at the top 5 are all within like 150 points. That is like 3 or 4 seconds of delay of answering to a question.
It is close.
So, yeah, everything can happen. Paul is saying, well, JSON is there as well. That's what I meant.
Yeah, but only for the log file. Yeah.
Well, the
That would have been a
and the
specific question.
metadata and the. Okay, sorry. Next question: how are you charged for the usage of serverless SQL pools? Are you charged for cluster uptime only, or is it free to use, or is it the size of cluster and uptime, or is it the amount of data processed? 15 people very quickly said amount of data processed. I wished it was the blue one, but no one dared to answer that.
We got some cluster uptimes,
Yeah.
and we've got some size of clusters and uptimes. But interestingly enough, no one said it was free to use.
No one said it was free
Now,
to use.
Is that a damning indictment of Microsoft?
No one assumed that they did it for free. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Great. So, who's there was one change here. Mo took up the second place, and it was not because of any wrong answers. It was just a matter of speed.
So it's purely speed.
Purely speed. Slightly quicker. I mean, they're all very close, so being slightly quicker surely had a big influence. Ready for next question? So, what is an attribute of the Lakehouse? Is it process highly transactional workloads for operational system? Is it ACID transactions? Is it for structured data only, or is it a single technology platform?
Okay, so from your reading and understanding of the Lakehouse, is it for processing individual rows in updates and deletes and inserts?
There you go. Andy, I just got your picture back. It may it may be unformatted, it may be square, but it's back. You're back on the quiz. We see you again.
I'm back, and there's lots of people thinking, "Oh my God, get rid of him."
Yeah, and I can finally relax again.
Okay.
40.
So we've got some transactional workloads in there.
And if you're saying a single technology platform,
that's what Databricks would like you to believe.
yeah,
that's what Databricks would like you to believe.
Yeah. It really isn't. But I think that's where the power comes from. That it really isn't a single technology, but you get like different components have their own strengths and weaknesses, and you pick the right tool for the right job, and not having to have like only one tool. So let's see how that still didn't change much. We have a lot of familiar people here who know their stuff. I don't know if the questions could have been harder, but I'm pretty sure there will be some more tricky ones. So let's move on to question number 7. What language can I use to query using serverless SQL pools? Is it SQL? Is it Python? Is it Scala? Or is it C#?
Yeah, so this is the native SQL serverless pools service itself. Okay, now we've got Python in there.
Yeah.
We've got Scala.
I think someone assumed this would be a trick question, maybe.
Well, if we start to throw in lake databases, if we start to throw in Spark, then it's not just SQL, right?
Right. So, Lucas took the lead here. Again, it's such a tight competition here. We have Magivan at the top, Lucas second, Mo, Ann, and Sanjay still. SQL for the win, Paul says in the chat. Yeah, totally.
SQL for the win.
Totally. So, next question. What file format is not supported in serverless pools? Parquet, delimited files, Iceberg, or Delta?
Okay.
Aha.
So I think this sort of goes into the whole question of, what technologies underpin the lake house. It's not just one of those.
We have again majority hammers
Okay.
down on iceberg, and it is of course
Iceberg,
the correct answer.
Hoodie, Delta, they're all technologies that underpin the lake house.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So I'm thinking, Mattis, for the next data platform quiz, whoever is your next co-host, you'll need to tell them, get those questions harder.
Get the questions harder.
Get those questions harder. It's the first data platform quiz, so we've got to work out
where is the skill level, and the skill level is insanely high. Yeah.
Like we don't want to turn this into a DP 203 data engineering certification exam.
Yeah. Are you insinuating that is a very easy certification?
No, but you need to know the answers, right? You need to know the technology.
Yeah. So yeah, we have an answer streak of 8. So that does say something about either the skill level of our participants or the questions.
So what was the biggest answer streak of the Power BI quiz?
So in that quiz, Reed was very tricky with a lot of multi answers and things that So it wasn't about. It was also about how the questions were asked. So let's go to the next one. How do you provision a new instance of serverless SQL pools? This one is interesting. Do you do it by creating an Azure Synapse workspace? Or is it available within Azure SQL Database Service? Do you create a new Azure Serverless SQL Pool service, or is it only available in Power BI Premium?
Okay, so we've got the answers. We've got the answers coming in. So
you create an Azure Synapse workspace. So this one I remember tripped me up. Not because I didn't know the answer, but because the question led me to believe that I needed to create a new serverless DB within my Synapse.
So slightly less correct answers.
Yeah, this will change things. So let's see. Oh, it didn't influence the top 3 though, but the number 4 and 5 were completely switched out here. With
it's still a fight though.
It's still a fight with AJ and Amadeo entering the fight. I will say there is also one of these questions that has a double point. So there's one of the questions that can change a lot of the score. So
right, okay.
We'll hold on to the excitement for that one. And take the next question in the row. So we have question 10. How does serverless SQL pool store its data? You import it into its own database storage engine. It saves it to the Vertipack engine. It doesn't store any data itself, or it uses Azure SQL Database as its backend storage engine. I'm curious.
Yeah. So again, it's it goes back to when I read or see people talking about Synapse Analytics, and they talk about loading data into Synapse Analytics. Because Synapse Analytics itself is that umbrella term, I kind of feel that you don't actually load data into Synapse. You load it into one of its services. So if you're dealing with dedicated SQL pools, how do you load data in there? If it's serverless, how do you load data for serverless?
Yeah, because technically you don't. I mean, you do it at query time, but it's not really, you don't really load into as in the sense that you don't store the data.
There we go. So, yeah, as people said, it doesn't store any data itself. But you know what? A lot of people aren't quite sure about that.
No, it seems it's it reminds me of the question where you asked if that it was a free service. I mean, it seems like almost utopic, but in a nice way. If you ask me, I mean, I just find that it's hard to not use the same language that we do about things that are stored. So I still call them transformation steps. I still call it a staging layer when I have the first step, pulling the one-to-one the data from the data lake, even though all those terms are technically wrong because we don't store anything.
True.
Yeah. So 4 people got this wrong. Is it part of the top 5? There was one change here. Mo and Anne takes the lead with Magivan on 3rd now.
So we've got some changes, but we still got that 10 correct answers in a row streak.
Still have the streak going. So I assume that this is a matter of being quick on the toes. Everybody's ready for question number 11. Which of these features is not supported when connecting Power BI to serverless SQL pools? Is it manual aggregations, automatic aggregation, incremental refresh, or result set caching?
Okay. Get some answers coming in.
Four people, Andy. So this one was tricky. You also almost got me when I saw the questions the first time.
So that's quite interesting. So so a lot of people thought that incremental refresh isn't supported in serverless. I'll tell you what, it's possibly one of the most important features when you're using Power BI with serverless, because you've got to enable incremental refresh to only pull in the data that you need when you're refreshing from serverless. Otherwise, your data processed could go through the roof every time you reprocess your data.
Yeah.
And I think actually on the official Synapse channel, Shabnam just did a video on incremental refresh in Power BI and serverless. So yeah, definitely, check that out.
Could it be that people are tripping up on this question because sometimes if you haven't set up the partitioning in your lake, and if you haven't set that up in your serverless, you actually end up doing full loads unintended? Could it be that people assume that they've seen full loads where they didn't need to, so they assume that incremental refresh is not possible?
Yeah, could be. Yeah, it could be. It could be. But ultimately, if you're loading from native serverless SQL pools database, the file path function, that's your friend. That's what you expose to Power BI as the column that you can use for incremental refresh. So if you have a partition scheme in your data lake, you can use that partition scheme in Power BI to only go and get the data from specific folders.
Yeah, so two important things to remember if you are wanting to do this is, first of all, your partitioning scheme in your data lake needs to support that that dimension you want to do incremental refresh on. So if it's a timestamp, you need to have the timestamp as part of your partitioning scheme in your data lake. And second, when you then include them in your serverless SQL, you need to use that file path syntax. If you just include it as a value within your files, then you won't be able to partition in it the same way. Agreed?
No.
So two very, very important things to remember.
Okay, and of course, result set caching is a dedicated SQL pools only feature where you're caching the results of a query that if Power BI connects in and loads some data, if it's basically issuing the same query and the data hasn't changed, let's say a dimension, it's going to return it from the cache, and it won't count towards any of that precious dedicated concurrency.
Yeah. But it was trick question. I remember you tricked me with it because I started excluding things instead of just looking at it. Which of these are Power BI features? And could have answered it within a split second if that had been the questions. Yeah. So
how does that change things?
good question. Oh, Magivan is really taking a lead now. It's starting to look bleak for the others.
Okay, quick.
Especially because of the answer streak. I mean, there needs to be some tricky questions to shake things up now. But we still have that double point somewhere in the last few questions, so anything can happen. True or false? You can connect serverless SQL pools directly to dedicated SQL pools and query data. True or false?
Okay, so we've got some answers coming straight in. So if you open up Synapse Analytics and you start writing SQL in serverless SQL pools, can you just connect to dedicated and just query it as part of it? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
We've
had a 50-50
split.
Yes.
Pretty much 50-50.
Yeah.
Okay, so no, you can't, which is possibly one of the most irritating features. This goes back to the whole having two
technologies,
endpoints, two SQL endpoints that don't really talk to each other.
Could you do it? Could you add an external data source to your dedicated and do the other way? I'm not expecting you to have the answer. We didn't prepare this question, but
no. Unfortunately, serverless just doesn't have the ability to connect.
No.
You know, dedicated itself can connect to data lake data. You know, it can use its Polybase functionality to connect to the data lake, but it's not going through serverless. Yeah, it's using its own compute.
Yeah. This must shake up things. I mean, 50-50. Oof. Not a lot. Even made Magivan's lead even larger.
I think Makervan works in the serverless team.
Could be. Okay, so are we ready for? Oh, Donald Parrish is actually climbing the ranks. We just don't see him yet.
Climber.
Yeah. Maybe he's.
Come on, Donald.
Yeah, maybe he's going to take the lead here in the last few questions. You can do it, Donald. You can do it. So question number 13. You can connect non-Power BI business intelligence tools to serverless SQL pools. True or false?
Okay. We've had a lot of Power BI connecting. What else can we do with serverless SQL pools?
That is the question. Yes, true. And 16 people got true for this one. Donald Paris is even commenting like, did you offer a minute for this one? And no, you guys didn't need a minute. And the good thing is, when the answers come fast, we don't have to wait.
See, and the thing is though, what's good is that, obviously people are coming from the Power BI quiz as well, so they're knowing that you can do these things. Yeah. That serverless SQL pools, and this is it's only easy when you know the answer, right?
Yeah.
But people don't know that it exposes a SQL endpoint that you can connect to and just issue SQL queries towards it.
No. And it's one of the major selling points, advantages of serverless SQL is that you can have your logic layer, you can have your data, and you can expose it to a whole variety of tools, and not just Power BI. Yeah, which is for a long time why I have preached to use Synapse for doing the logical layer, and then use Power BI as the BI tool. But now in Power BI we also have the data marts, so there is some contesting going on this area, which also has a SQL endpoint. Yeah. Okay. But most people got it right, so probably Donald is on the leaderboard. He's continuing his climb.
Okay.
Yeah. Magiran continues with the lead very confidently, and we have Mo, Amadeo, and AJ, and then Donald. Donald reaching the leaderboard. So we have, what do we have, 2 or 3 questions left? Are you ready for
let's go.
Question number 14? It's a puzzle. This one is hard. We didn't practice it. So you need to put things in order with the first one at the top. So in which order should these statements be arranged to create an external table? So first one in top, second one, third one, and then the fourth one. And you need to get all of them in the right order to get points for this one. So be quick, but not too quick.
So we've got one answer coming through. There we go. Yeah, so one of 2 ways in which you can cast structure over external data in serverless SQL pools, external tables, and views.
Yes. So I'm not trying to trick you into something here, but Andy, when do we choose views or external tables?
Well, so good question.
Yeah.
So I had this debate with the Synapse team over using external tables and views, because the Synapse team said that external tables allow you to lock down the security a lot more than views. Okay, but with views, you've got a lot more flexibility.
Yeah.
So out of the box, if you're creating external tables in serverless SQL pools, they don't really support any kind of partition functions. You can create them in lake databases and synchronize them to serverless SQL pools.
Great.
Anyway, but
no one.
I think everyone got it right. It took a bit of time.
Everyone got it wrong.
Oh, everyone got it wrong.
So we need to ask ourselves the question: did everybody get it wrong, or did you get it wrong?
Well, that's you know.
Anyone wants to challenge us? Is it? Do you have an argument for?
Yeah, you mean it's literally create external table. In brackets, your columns.
Yeah.
Then you issue the with statement, and then after that you say data source, and you point towards where the data is. So
someone is saying data source table with columns. So maybe it's a matter of execution order versus.
No. Literally, when you issue the create external table statement in serverless SQL pools, create external table, your column definitions with, and then your
data
options.
Source.
So you know.
Yeah. No one is hardly challenging this one.
But Trelefe one data source table with columns. Just put the data source at the end and swap over the with and the columns. Yeah. So you're saying I want to create an external table. Here are my columns, and then the with statement in there. It has data source. It obviously has others as well. It has the location, it has the file format, but we keep it as one.
So when someone's writing, they just check the documentation, and now they won't object to this solution. So Andy, you got it right. Good to know.
So basically, we've gone from questions that people think are relatively easy to one where everyone's got it wrong.
I need to check on documentation to make sure.
Yeah.
Right. So that of course changes nothing. obviously. So that means we have one question left. We know there is a double point question remaining, and we have one question left that can change everything. So let's see if it will. We're gonna continue. So it's a multi-select, more than one correct answer. More points if you choose more than one correct answer, but 0 points if you pick too many. Which objects can you create in a serverless SQL pools database? External tables, materialized views, and schemas. Very interesting. If you're sitting with the feeling that, maybe this one too, but do you dare click it? Or do you play it safe and risk not getting the maximum points? That is the dilemma.
Well, if you're in it to win it, you've got to take the risk.
Yes, and 3 people took that risk, and it didn't pay off. Yeah. So it is time for the grand reveal. Who takes the winner prize for the first data platform quiz ever? Drum roll. It is on the 3rd place, AJ. Great job, AJ.
Okay, well done.
2nd place we have Mo, and on the 1st place and winner,
I think we know who it is.
Maggie Van. So
Been very, very good.
Congratulations, Maggie Van, and I really hope that I haven't been mispronouncing your name for the whole time, but now I get a chance to reach out, speak to you, and please tell me if I have. I'll make sure to correct it for the next time. So I've had a lot of fun. I hope you guys had too. I look very much forward to doing this again in March. We will have a new special guest. I know who it is, but we will make a sort of hidden reveal. The only thing I can announce already is that it's going to be a special episode where the data platform quiz and the Power BI quiz are combined in a subject that is relevant to both areas. So one big quiz for both topics. So guess who that can be? There's a few people. Yeah.
And you can't tell us who it is yet.
I could, but I won't. It would take away the surprise. All right. So thank you all for joining, and I hope to see you next time in March. The dates will be announced pretty soon, and from there on, I expect there to be a recurring schedule where this is some fixed day every month. So this was the first, but definitely not the last data platform quiz. And see you next month, and hopefully the month after, and the month after, because this was fun, and I hope to do more of it. So great evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining, Andy. It's been an absolute pleasure. The questions was excellent and educational. The only thing that I really did not like was your webcam messing up, but it may be on my end as well. So
I just wish I'd made the questions even trickier. I think I was being a little bit too kind.
I get it. It would be
I was far too giving. I should have dived down and started pulling out questions about the Polaris engine.
Yeah. But it's a good thing to ease into it. And there were a bit tricky questions in between, and it got exciting until the very end.
Exactly. It's all a bit of fun.
All a bit of fun. So cheers, everyone, and enjoy your evening, and see you next month. Bye.
Bye-bye.